We were almost not a thing.
For so many reasons.
But
Which one are you referring to?
I'm referring to the fact you sampled the boy pond before
I sampled the boyfriend. Can I not say
Or
that
the man
I
pond.
dated guy? I don't want to sample any ponds.
The man puddle.
The man puddle? Making it sound like fragrance sticks in an airport or something.
And
What
we
am I
could have
spraying?
been Dan and Pete.
Well, it wouldn't have been
I
you,
wouldn't have been
Phill.
here.
There would have been no we.
No.
That's the point.
You would have been Dan and Pete.
I think that Dan and Phill moved too fast.
Oh.
So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Oh, no, it is, because I said two. I said it.
Too fast?
We just moved fast.
Yeah, we did move fast. It's because I'm so much fun.
Well, here's the thing. I hung out with a few guys
Hung out with.
prior to meeting Phill for the first time. And it's not that you were so amazing you blew them out the water. I mean,
Yeah.
you are. But I'm saying there was more that every single one of them had a bizarre red flag.
Okay, so what were the red
Because you know
flags?
that I met that one guy that all he talked about was trains
Oh,
the
yes.
entire night. And don't get me wrong, I love a hyperfixation.
Yes.
Don't get Dan going on roller coasters. But
it was trains and sport guy.
you know the meme of the guy shouting into his girlfriend's ear?
Yes.
That was like me in an actual corner of a club as this guy just talked to me about like London tube models.
I'm just surprised you went to the club and talked about trains.
Who does that?
I know.
And then I told someone and it was like, he took you to the club and sat in the corner and talked to you about trains, does he? Does that with everyone.
Oh. And then the second guy, which we both knew, I feel like was closer to snatching the Dan from Phill.
But he also had a red flag, which was
Yeah.
almost the complete opposite of aggressive, very straight acting train guy.
Yes.
He kept singing show tunes and talking in the third person.
Oh, the third person thing.
Phill, I'm so scared that you're going to full government name this person.
Let me
You
say a different name. Gordon likes that.
Gordon, as if I'd have gotten a drink with someone called Gordon. Okay,
Even
no
Gordon
offense.
might be
Shout out
watching.
to all the sexy Gordons out there.
Gordon's a gruff name.
Yeah, Gordon. Gordon, these nuts.
Timmy's confused.
Yeah, and I love a show tune. Don't get me wrong. Me
Yeah.
and Phill love musical theatre.
But not every day.
I think he yearned to be on the stage, but
Yes.
kept doing it as you were walking through town.
Oh,
Felt
okay.
very perceived.
Making life a musical.
And then kept being like, it's not very Gordon to order one of those. And look, camp, right?
Kinda camp.
Like high concept character.
Yes.
But I felt like I was in a piece of performance art.
I get it.
And then I met up with you and you said, hey, do you want to buy a pizza from Tesco and burn it in the oven? And I
Perfect.
said, normal.
Phil is happy you chose him.
Obviously in the...
Or should I say, Phil is happy you chose him.
It's over. What would this alternate timeline have been like? Were you sampling the man pond in university?
I sampled it well. That sounded weird.
We need to immediately think of other euphemisms for this.
We do. Yes, I dated in university and...
Did you ever think I could form a strangely and maybe inappropriately interwoven career with one of these people?
No, they were all pretty annoying in their own ways. One loved himself a lot.
And guys, self-love, cringe,
No.
said Phill. Oh no.
No, I'm saying too much. I was about to say something.
Phil's like, John Smith from 123 York Avenue.
Too identifiable. But
Too identifiable that he went to university in the same year as you.
they like to talk about how they were a model. And this isn't me like humble bragging that I dated a
Oh,
model.
Phill, yeah, right. Phil's like, I've got a fun idea of how to start this podcast episode. So, guys, isn't it so embarrassing how I dated this model?
Look,
And he just wouldn't stop talking about how beautiful he was.
That was the thing though. I can only accept so much preening. We were like gonna go out and he was like fully an hour of
Brother, have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
What, am I well preened?
10 years of hair straightening between us.
This takes me like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 11 minutes, 43 minutes.
I'm not going to call Phill out inappropriately on a public platform.
Sure, but I'm glad that
They all flopped.
They all flopped because look at this. We wouldn't be making this podcast. We wouldn't have a sign behind us.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You should base your future partners on whether or not you're going to have a male podcast with them.
I think that's what you need to look out for.
Even the lesbians out there,
Yeah.
male podcast is the end game
That's
of
the end game.
relationships.
That's what you gotta
And
do.
we're not joking because here we are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, has anyone else in the chat got 17 years and they want to
Maybe.
drop their 2 cents in?
They could. Do you know, I feel like we need to contextualize this a bit. Welcome to Hard Launch. Hi.
Oh yeah, we're having a podcast.
I'm Phill.
I'm Dan.
And we are
Who is
here.
this for? Who's watching this 4 minutes deep and is like, I don't know who Bill and Ted are, but I'm having a lovely time because I love the colour purple.
If you're lost on Spotify and you found us, can you just leave a comment saying, I am that person?
If we need to get relatable for the Spotify bros that are lost, vaccines, hot take, 3, 2, 1, go.
I enjoyed mine.
Which one? Did you get that Moderna tingle?
I got the Moderna tingle, and look, I'm alive. We can't talk about that.
Pivot! Richard, bring her in. I had a little chat with Richard one-on-one, and Richard wants to say our random topic generator likes he, she pronouns, but not they.
Okay.
Seemed very specific about it. I didn't want to press him further.
Good to know. For anyone listening, I'm wearing zigzaggy shoes. And I nearly fell down the stairs on the way into the studio.
Who'd have fucking thought that would happen?
They are a fashion win, a life crime.
So you're talking about how you hate these model self-preening types.
And I'm preening my feet.
Do you think what it was this guy that you dated in university was taking your gig too much and you didn't like that?
I think so.
You said only one of us can talk about how we're an unbearably perfect model and it has to be Phill.
There can only be one.
And maybe I yearned to be the theatre kid, so this other person was like, stop! And the other person talking about trains, I was like, no, I'm the one with the hyperfixations, shut up!
I feel like that other timeline wouldn't have happened though, because even if it was Dan and Pete, you wouldn't have made a podcast and done all of this stuff and gone on tours, because the chemistry of the both of us is where the magic happens.
What's this?
Fireworks.
I don't want to know.
The clocks went back.
They did. I fucking love when I get to sleep for an extra hour.
We got an extra hour in bed.
As a person that is just a procrastinator, at any given point, I need an hour and it's life or death. If I was at school, I don't know what the hell's going on, some English essay about Shakespeare. This hour is what is going to make or break my entire existence. So just knowing that you've got the extra hour,
it's so nice.
Scream into the sky every year like, thank you, God!
Thank you. It's very confusing for Americans or anyone else listening whose time might not have changed yet.
Imagine not having daylight saving.
Why didn't Jonathan Time, or whoever invented it, just do it for everyone at the same time? Time. Do you believe in the quickening?
This is the idea that time is going faster
Ever
now.
since 2016, I think years have been twice as fast.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And that might be because I've grown...
Do you have anything you want to tell us about the pyramids or something?
No. That might be because I've grown older and then I've got more context for what time is.
Yeah, I don't think the quickening is real. I just think the more life you've lived, the longer time feels. Because if you're 5, then the summer holidays feels like 800 fucking years because it's literally a sixth of your entire lifespan. Whereas by the time that you're 24. It's less special.
It's less special. I think the quickening has happened, though, because it was September yesterday and it's currently November. So...
It's crazy.
What's going on, Dan? Explain it.
Halloween happened.
That happened.
You survived.
I dressed in very short shorts. I have to say...
If you're not aware of this, we posted a YouTube video on youtube.com/Dan and Phill where we did femboy baking banana bread.
I am shocked nothing fell out of those shorts.
I'm shocked.
Because there wasn't much of a gap between...
You had an option to wear a skirt, but Phill was like, nah, I need to show off the cake.
No, I feel like my butt is the great attribute that I have as a femboy.
We're going back to the model thing here. Phill, look, I think, was there a boy that you dated in university, or are you just talking about yourself and you had some kind of weird stress-induced episode?
The skirt didn't show off my assets as well as the...
You needed the tight booty shorts.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to go there, and you'd done all the makeup and stuff, I felt like I needed something to show off.
Did you feel like you could have femmed it up more?
Whenever I put on any kind of makeup, which has probably been 3 times in my life, I look terrible. I don't know why.
Maybe it's just a confidence thing.
No, you looked incredible, though. And we did a little tester on me, and I was like,
Phill?
Oh, no.
Am I allowed to say that I looked incredible? Or are you going to then break up with me because you don't like your partners to compliment themselves?
No, you can have some self-love. You did look like... Enough. You looked like a Snapchat filter, but you were like in real life.
Pejorative? Compliment.
No, complimentative.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I feel like sometimes I look better as a sexy nun or a femboy than I do as just Dan the guy sitting.
Talk about the people lost on Spotify. Who is Sister Daniel?
Oh, in case you don't know, I bought a Spirit Halloween slutty nun costume 2 years ago and I changed humanity forever.
You did.
A lot of people with religious trauma say they were healed. Perhaps. The thighs were revealed. I think is how it works.
I've never been so confused.
But It's not drag.
No.
I don't feel like. And I don't think it's an alter ego. It's not me.
It's a completely
Sister
different
Daniel
person.
is a completely different entity.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think when we dressed as femboys for Halloween baking that we were tapping into that.
No. But do you think Sister Daniel and Femboy Daniel would have had a situationship if they'd have met?
And what is the situation?
I don't know. They met in
No,
the...
Sister Daniel does not like the femboys.
Oh.
In fact, they don't get on.
What does she like?
Very little is good enough for her.
What about Father Philip and Femboy Philip?
100%. There is
100%.
something nasty going on there. And Father Philip, sub.
Yeah, 100%.
Serving him, crawling, breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in bed?
100%.
Where do I sign up for this?
Not here.
Not here, okay.
Maybe I should revert back to Gordon.
Gordon.
Did Gordon ever make you toast?
Gordon was yours, not mine.
What's your guy's not government name?
John Smith.
John Smith, the model. Tell us more about him, Phill. People want to know the tea. I'm just trying to get Phill to accidentally leak something.
No.
And also, I don't know a lot about this, so I'm just enjoying scooping.
I can't leak anything else. We did make a YouTube video together.
What?
But they never saw the light of day, thank God.
But he wasn't a
No,
performer. He was just
Look,
a dude.
it's all I knew.
What was he studying?
He
Can
was-
you share that, or is it's narrowing too much?
It's narrowing too much now.
What genre of study was it? Science?
It was entertainment.
Oh, he was doing some media thing.
Maybe.
Okay. Do you like this? FBI podcast.
You're just trying to figure it out so you can go hunt him down.
And say, have the keys to the studio.
Yeah.
I want to go on holiday.
Come in,
What
place
did
him.
you attempt to film?
We filmed.
Why are you giggling like it's porn? What the was it?
It was not porn. It was a dramatic horror.
You did your first indie horror film with some model?
Yes.
Wow.
And
Was he in front of the camera?
he was in front of the camera.
Were you also in front of the camera?
No. I was filming him. I was the director.
Phill, I gotta be honest, the optics on this are looking real dodge.
He woke up in bed and got murdered by a parrot.
A parrot.
Yes.
Okay, there's the Phill. Yeah.
No, that's
okay.
that's what happened.
No, I 100 believe. Yeah, no. There's a point where you say something that's so weird.
Yeah.
It confirms that
Oh, it
your
confirms
anecdote
it's true.
is 100% factual. So there we go.
Baking, am I right? We baked banana bread.
I like baking, but we're not very good at it.
No.
Now, we've done it at least a dozen or two times.
Yes.
Some people do this as a hobby to the point that they apply to go on Bake Off. Have you gotten the tingle that you love baking?
Are you just saying you would love it if I was like, hey, honey, I've made you some cakes?
I bet Gordon would come back from train school and make me a big muffin.
What is train
Which also
school?
sounds like a horrible sex act.
It does.
If you had the big muffin. Yeah, we did the big muffin yesterday.
Look, I think...
Listen.
Stop.
Stop.
Week 3, we still don't have a sponsor. So...
And who is shocked? I would say the theme of episode 1 was male genitalia.
Yes.
And then we had boobs in the last episode.
And now we got...
I'm scared for where this is going, but there's still time. Keep listening, everyone.
there is.
So, as no one wants to support us, we got to support ourselves.
Dan's not wearing black.
It's crazy.
Why?
Why? Because we're wearing something special.
Look at this. We have hard launch merch, everyone.
Oh my God, yeah. If it wasn't, I was going to say one in the pink, one in
Oh
no,
my God, stop
sorry.
it.
Yeah, I'm retract. Work it, Phill. Since the day this branding dropped, people were like, Dan and Phill,
I want it on me.
put it on a t-shirt. And so we said, okay, you like that sign?
You love the sign.
Put it on your chest. It's purple, it's chrome, it's shiny.
This is even
it's
more
fierce.
purple and cozy.
I like the vibe. If you're the kind of person that identifies as soft, but also a bit edgy, like a cyberpunk tribal tattoo,
Get it?
it's releasing a bit of pink energy from inside me.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't like that either.
He's nice now.
Aw, you're wearing black. Is that why you're such a nasty, horrible bitch today?
Whoa.
'Tis the season for rotting in a giant
Join us.
Get in there.
If you want to support the podcast, you can go to
They are on sale now, and when they're gone, they're gone.
danandphilshop.com
Or,
us.danandphilshop.com or au.danandphilshop.com
or,
eu.danandphilshop.com. Wherever you are, go grab yourself a little slice of this. Grab some swag. We're still getting a lot of comments about the lava lamp. You completely missed the chance to call the lava lamp gender fluid.
oh my God. Wow, the lava lamp really looks like some little sperms finding
why
their way.
sperms?
Look at them go.
Can it not be tadpoles?
Oh, it's like that college boy betting thing that happened.
Oh my God, stop
Go,
it.
go, go. Did you watch that? That was so short.
What, the...
I didn't pay for it, just to be clear.
What was it called? The Sperm Olympics?
Yeah, something like that.
No, I didn't watch. Did you tune in?
No.
Did they release the product?
No, Phill, they put it in a Petri dish.
No, I know.
Oh my
well,
God.
I just wonder, I don't know what it was.
Right. Well, anyway,
Yeah, okay.
We've bought a timer for the lava lamp because
We need context for that. There was an event where they raced sperm down a track to see who had the best swimmers.
And the next one is that this lava lamp looks like
Sperm.
tadpoles,
Yes.
clots,
I'd be
fingers,
interested.
body parts, stalagmites.
I'd be interested how healthy my sperm are.
And so we've bought a timer so that next week we can turn on the lava lamp early and it will just be doing nice...
It will be.
More kind of like breasty blobs than, or should I say, butt cheek?
Butt cheeks. That's
Yeah.
the theme of today. Ass. Are you not curious how healthy your sperm are? I know we're not trying to make a baby here, but...
I thought you were pivoting to ass.
Sorry, we will pivot to ass. But I just
Okay,
want to
promise.
know, it's one of those things that if I had a microscope set, I would want to have a little look at my little guys.
I think that you can do that whenever you feel like it.
I don't have a microscope.
You're quite a sickly individual.
Yeah. Are you saying that I've had my laptop on my crotch for too long?
If that's the thing, we're cooked.
They
we
are-
are literally microwaved.
But do you know when animals are exposed to radiation, they get new powers? Like they'll find a glowing fish in a stream near a reactor.
yeah.
Maybe mine have developed
I think that just explains why you are the way you are.
thoughts.
Thoughts.
I don't know.
Help. That's
Help.
what they're thinking.
Ass.
But overall, spooky season, good review.
Great
Gay
review.
Halloween. I did see that someone went as Dan and Phill dropping the news on a Monday.
That was incredible.
Insert Peter Griffin meme. The f***. You won niche gay Halloween this year.
100%. Shout out to Lovesick for sending that in.
And what the hell's next? Just waiting for Christmas and then dying of old age.
Why are you trying
Life, brother.
Going back to the quickening.
The f*** else is there? Exactly.
Bonfire night.
What is that about?
Do you know people...
Are we pro blowing up the government or against it? What was his deal?
If you're not in the UK, we have this thing where we burn a man on a fire each year.
Symbolically.
Guy Fawkes night. It's kind of like your 4th of July, but without the...
Without the what, Phill?
I don't know.
History with a PH. Fistery.
Fistery.
Ew.
We're burning Guy Fawkes. Why?
Because he didn't like the version of Christianity that was being peddled at the time, and so he wanted to explode the whole parliament.
Did you ever burn...
Which is like niche drama. What?
Did you ever burn a Guy Fawkes?
I thought you were just saying, like,
Just
did I ever
burn-
set fire to a man?
Did you ever set fire to the government, Dan?
I mean, what?
Did you burn a Guy Fawkes with your family?
No, that ain't normal. I've
No.
set fire to a big load of sticks, though. Wow!
Whoa. I got my old school uniform and wrapped and put loads of newspaper in it.
Did a bit of terrorism,
And
did you?
put that on the bonfire. It looked like we were burning a child.
Why?
Because I was child-shaped at the time.
What? Were you like, I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to set fire
Yes.
to it?
And I wanted it...
F*** donating it. I mean, who would want that?
I
Go on.
wanted it to go up in flames, right?
Yeah,
So
symbolic.
I poured,
New era, rebirth.
I poured loads of my mum's cooking oil on it.
Who the fuck just sent me a notification when Phil's talking
Oi.
about burning children? Tumblr?
Tumblr? It better be nice.
After watching Hard Launch, we just want to say thank you, Dan and Phill. All of Tumblr loves you.
Oh, Tumblr.
Shut the f*** up! We're in the middle of recording!
They're in the walls. How do they know we're recording right now? Tumblr.
This is Phill, because
Stop
whenever
listening.
Phill downloads an app and they're like, permissions, and Phil just goes, yeah. It's like contacts, microphone, camera, ring doorbell, grandma's life support machine. Phil just like, yes.
Look,
There's I am paranoid, right? I'm sat in the corner with my tinfoil hat on being like, no, Twitter cannot know my location. No
Dan.
one can know. And to the point where my own job is impossible because I'm trying to post to YouTube and it goes, you haven't allowed YouTube permission to exist on your phone.
I just think...
I'm living with him and he's just like pussy to the world, f***ing live on
Look.
TikTok. What?
My pussy is to the world because they're going to find out all this stuff anyway.
That is such a
I'm
cooked
just like,
attitude, bro. No,
come
lock
on
it
in.
Keep
Come
it
on.
safe.
Come inside.
Absolutely not. Close
No.
that door. Protect it while we can.
But now I get ads really specific to things I want to buy.
Yeah, I know. The ads are great. They know me so well.
Yeah.
And it's like, I try not to give them anything, but then my Instagram ads are just like, hey, Dan, here's
Yes.
this silly novelty t-shirt you want. And I'm like, go on then.
So I wasn't burning a child on a fire. It
Yeah.
was. I covered it in my mum's cooking oil and I thought it would go woomph. But that's not what oil does.
No.
That's like sunflower oil
it
for,
smell good,
for making
though?
a pancake.
Ah, the smell of child
Dan.
in the evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
You cooked with sunflower oil.
We did.
Yeah, ever heard of petrol?
Yeah.
Bonfire toffee. I've baked that before. Actual independent successful bake. Because what is toffee? It's just fucking burnt sugar.
What about...
You can't fuck it up. It's literally, you put sugar in a pan and then once at some point it's going to kill you because it's so hard and it breaks your teeth.
Yes.
Congratulations, that's actually the intentional final product.
What about parking?
The act with the car.
No, what's parking?
What is parking?
Is that like dogging?
Phill, cars, you park cars.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying like, oh, we're going to go in the woods and park in.
What in the Mormon vocabulary is that?
I don't know.
Hey, you ever did some naughty parking?
I didn't. But
Docking?
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Straight version.
Stop, just let me focus on one thought.
Take the keys out.
Daniel.
You know what I mean?
Daniel.
Drive it in there. Turn off the car.
I want Gordon.
Leave for the evening.
I want Gordon back.
And if you're really naughty, EV parking. We don't need to go into that.
I would feel very
How many
nervous
volts?
to sit in a car and flash my lights at someone, because what if they get in the back and they're really ugly?
Well, if you're flashing your lights at them, you've got like at least a moment
No, it's
to
dark.
go, yeah, but full beam on, and then you go,
Oh, right.
you pass the face test, boot open.
Do you just switch the lights off if they get too close?
And also the back.
I've
Depends how
never
many
done
people. It has to be a 3-person thing, isn't it, traditionally?
Yes.
We wouldn't know because we don't drive.
We don't
And
drive.
that's the only reason why we don't know.
No. What was I even saying? Parking.
It's time to bring in Richard, the random topic generator, because, dear Lord,
We need her.
we need him.
Her.
Or him.
Or him.
But not
Them. Come
Today.
on. Woo!
yeah.
One last thing, though. Do you got a fixation on roller coasters?
Yes.
I had a fixation on fireworks, and I would line them all up in order that we would release them in the garden. And then I would just line them up in my bedroom at the end of the bed
Pyro tracks.
and wait all week and look at them in the middle of the night going, I will be lighting you soon.
And how do you channel this yearn for explosive violence in your adult life?
By twisting Richard's teats.
Right, Richard, save us.
a mouth.
Maybe it's one of those animals where it's just like one hold does everything.
It's a pink one.
Oh my God, it's close to red. Look, one of those reds is going to come in. Remember, guys, if the red ball gets picked, we die.
Something horrible happens if we pick a Red Bull. Do you want the crack? Get it out. You ready? Oh, do you want to read it? Go on. Release. What?
Make an acrostic poem about each other.
Okay. What's an acrostic poem? Is that where it's like the letters of the name?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Daniel.
Does it have to rhyme?
No, it's just expression.
Wait, I want to really think about it. Give me 1 second.
We can't think about it too hard.
Okay. Okay, wait. I'm there.
I raw dogged it. Piss, he insists. Language is perplexing.
What does piss he insists mean?
I don't know, just comes out of your mouth. That's
What?
just.
You
How
could
has
have written-
anyone watched this podcast and not thought that is the perfect Phill?
Fine. We have talked about piss quite a lot, to be fair. Daniel,
Yeah.
always nice. Ideas, excitement,
Oh.
llamas.
Oh, for Great. Oh, I
It's
feel
better than
bad now.
piss, he
Yours was nice.
I thought of really nice things about you. Excitement, ideas.
You kind of ruined it with llamas, though. I do feel like
Yeah.
mine was more.
I could have been like edgy idiot, loser, ditzy, ass,
Who the is
knob.
Who the is Ildak? And why are you coming for them like that?
Ildak.
Ildak is in the YouTube comments right now being like, not me.
That was quite a short Richard, wasn't it?
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank fuck.
What's happening in the world then? What have you read about?
BTS are back.
Are they back?
Nature's healing.
Oh, my lads. How long's
Your
that?
lads.
No, I just people
Phill
are.
wants attention on Twitter. I love K-pop.
I'm not trying to get attention
You
on
love
Twitter.
K-pop? Name 5 Ks. I'll wait.
Jimin, J-Hope.
I wasn't expecting you to do this, but
What?
keep going.
Oh my God.
There's only
Oh my God.
920 K-pop stars.
You put me on the spot now.
Name a woman.
You name a woman.
Hillary Clinton. Exactly. How do you feel you would do with mandatory military service, Phill?
I feel like I would do terribly at mandatory military service. I am scared of anything authoritarian, government,
Phil
military.
doesn't like being told what to do.
No.
Going for a walk with a heavy bag.
If they brought this into the UK, I'm sure it'd be very different to whatever BTS had to go through. You know what I mean? I feel like the UK army would just be like, scrub my shoe.
Scrub my shoe.
I don't know. Fire that laser.
You know, there's this idea of people being like broken by the boot camp trainer. I feel like you would cause them to have a spiral and quit their job.
I would break them.
Yeah.
Sergeant Steve.
Absolutely does not have what it takes to break in Phill.
He's going to be a florist after he's done with me.
Oh my God.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a florist. I think it's much better than killing people.
He wants the tulip tending lifestyle after the real horror, which is just asking Phill to do anything.
Yes. I've done one obstacle course in my life, and that was hard enough.
When? Pre-Dan.
Pre-Dan.
Did you do it with John Smith?
I did it with John Smith.
Did
and
he backflip modelingly up the climbing wall?
He pulled
and
me
then
up the rope.
Modelishly.
Modelishly. We rolled around in the mud.
And then he talked to you about media.
Yeah, that's what happened. What about you? Would you be all right? Waking up at 6 a.m., running up the hill, gathering the weapon.
Part of me craves the structure.
Yeah? What about showering with lots of men?
So someone put like an AI book of us on Amazon. Did you see that?
Why are we talking about AI books?
This just made me laugh.
It was
so obviously a dystopian tech update. People can just shit out anything with
do
AI
that?
slop these days.
Is this legal?
So if you don't know, someone was like, Dan and Phill, biography, the truth. And I think the entire text is AI generated, but also they used an AI generated picture of us.
Why do I look
brother,
so fucked up?
Yeah.
I look like an eagle.
They're like, is he blonde? Does he have emo hair? I can't just...
That is full.
Yeah, I look like me on acid.
You look more jolly,
I look
least.
sleep paralysis demon.
I don't like to give any attention to AI. I think this is terrible.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone's going to buy this as it is not a real product.
I guess we're just disclaiming it's not official. If
we own the copyright to Dan and Phill. We could police this.
Could
but
we?
Is it camp?
It's not camp.
No.
No.
Not in a good way. I just mean, like, is it artistically symbolic of how cooked we are as a society?
Yeah, it's making me worry very much. But we should write our own expose book about each other.
We actually have had 2 book deal offers come in based on the story.
We could go really in depth.
Do you know why I said?
What?
I was like, what the do you think there is to tell that we haven't already yapped to death about?
Actually, there are some things people wanted to clarify. One was that when we met, performatively, people were saying you were saying that you liked Muse just to get me.
I didn't lie about liking Final Fantasy and Muse. I was just very, very loud about it. I was like, what are Phil's interests? Same!
I would have known if you're not actually a real fan of Muse.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like Final Fantasy? What were the fantasies leading up to the final one?
Name more fantasies.
Spell Muse. Exactly.
Exactly. And other people were wondering more things about what happened the day we did meet.
We walked around town. We went to an Apple store because this was a point in society where there was so little to fucking do. It's like, oh, let's just go look at a laptop.
I did not buy down a 4,000 bottle of champagne or whatever it said on the picture that we posted.
We went to a bar and there was a picture of the menu, which had a £4,000 bottle of champagne. And so Phill tweeted, I might just buy this, lol. And then obviously people doing parasocial archaeology are like, oh my God, I just discovered that Phill bought a £4,000 bottle of champagne. Bitch, you wouldn't have bought me a Lucozade back then.
I had £23 in my bank account. I wasn't buying that champagne. I think I was actually putting on a slight performance of being more confident than I actually am. I think that's the only thing I did that was different.
Because Phill obviously needs to be less loud and bold and unafraid. Yeah.
The thing is, I'm quite introverted but also loud at the same time. I think that's what people are shocked by.
Truly the worst of both worlds.
When they meet me in real life, they're like, oh, okay, you are quite annoying. So maybe I tried to tone it down and be more cool. That's what I was trying to be.
Be yourself. Oh my God, I just released a pop.
What is that for? Dan's got some weird like strappy thing going on in his jeans where they're connected at the back.
I'm popping and I'm flapping.
I feel like that flap is a hazard.
Yeah, I'm going to blow up this chair at some point, and not because of the IBS. Am I right, listener from the last episode?
I was going to say bowels. You don't have anything that...
Why?
What? You can just eat anything and you're fine. It's not fair.
Okay, I'll check my privilege.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Well, now that we got onto that, why don't we see what else is happening with our listeners?
Oh, yes.
Because Dan and Phill have no problem yapping, opening up, and being themselves. And you see, this is the power of hard launching.
It is. This is where you can hard launch anything you want into the universe and we will listen. I looked into the proper camera then.
Good job.
I wanted my own moment.
Phill feels like he doesn't get enough close-up cameras on his solo.
You get a lot of good reaction gifs because you're like...
Yeah, because when you're saying some BS, I go like this.
Can I do some just and pretend that they're part of the show?
Go on. And what the was that a response to? You know how, like, millennial gays do the bare face?
Yeah.
Yours is doing this. When you panic, you go...
Look, hey, that's my new photo
What is that,
thing.
the ditzy twink panic face?
That's just my little blep. I stick my tongue out.
Yeah, that's like we're doing a photo shoot and Phill has ran out of ideas.
I don't have many good faces.
The tics, what?
You have the joy of having a photogenic face.
Someone took the piss out of me the other day. The red carpet photos from last week.
Yes.
Someone said in this one, I look like I was preparing to tell them a riddle.
Oh yeah, that was quite funny.
Sorry, I'll lower my eyebrow by a centimetre so I'm not confusing any of you.
But I will say, if you're creep-shotted, you always look good. Well, there's a 79% chance I'm going to look up.
That is not true. Can we get more people inappropriately filming Phill in public so that he can realise how beautiful he is?
We're meant to be hard launching. Can we please...
Who sent in a message?
Yes.
Hello, Dan and Phill. My
Hi.
name is Lolly, and
Hi.
I would like to hard launch that we need to start accepting that some babies are ugly. Sometimes someone will give you their child that is fresh out of the womb and they look like fresh out of like a garden plot and they look like little gnomes and you have no compliment to give them, so you just go, that sure is a baby.
Why did you just point at me when we were hearing that?
Whoa.
Are you saying I've not grown into my face yet?
You, like, amongst root vegetables, it could be worse.
I feel like I've got turnip energy.
I was about to say turnip.
Yeah, I'm a turnip.
100%.
I do think...
What root vegetable am I?
Potato. I think that babies need to grow into their face. There's like the first week where every baby looks horrible, and then... Sorry if you just had
But
one.
not the people.
No.
There will be thousands of people listening and watching to this with their childs in their hands.
No, they start off with like quite raisin-esque, and then they turn into beautiful grapes after a week.
Some people it takes 3 days, 3 weeks. Some
Gotta
people
plump
it
out.
takes 20,
27.
27 years. What the quickening, bro.
what do
Phill
you-
is... It's been a long podcast episode.
What do you think?
Yeah, just own it.
Own it. The baby's going to look better in a week.
And if not, Snapchat filter.
Also,
Next.
wait.
What?
There's no such thing as ugly.
So true.
Everyone is valid. All faces are beautiful. And if you think otherwise, you've been brainwashed by the media.
And
Click
to be
on
clear,
it.
that was the click of agreement. I wasn't pointing at you again,
Oh.
being like,
Ugly.
ugly. Yep.
Next.
I'm hard launching full bush year round. I think it's time for the girls, gays and days to really embrace the Velcro power. And, you know, if people need to use a machete to cut through, it's an interesting task. You know, are they up for the quest? Nay, the adventure.
Oh my God, what a good way to think of it.
You have a way with words.
Enrichment. You know what I mean? People need something to do. Some people need their attention focused.
They do. I feel like bushes could be moulded more. If you're going to go there...
What, like a hedgerow?
Yeah, you could do like a full topiary dragon. Why not? Like a haircut, but a bush cut.
Phil's out here hedge mazing.
Hedge maze. Did Kim Kardashian not release some kind of like bush panties?
Thong.
Would you get it?
No.
No?
But I respect your right to say, you know what, 100% thicket.
What about dyeing it? Blue. Sonic.
Ooh, gotta go fast. Next.
Hi, my name is Jade from Tasmania, Australia, and I would like to hard launch the knowledge that if you just ask nicely enough, funeral directors will let you keep prosthetic bones from your deceased loved ones. My uncle has got my grandmother's hip sitting on the shelf in his study, so we are no contact with them.
What? No. What?
I'm so okay. Sorry, there's just a lot of information to process there. Firstly, why would you want to keep a fake inside surgical part of a deceased loved one?
Because that's all that's left of her.
But it wouldn't burn. Give me the hip.
No.
Why did he want the hip?
That's very like Terminator as well.
And sorry, and did you go no contact because he wanted to keep the hip? Because maybe I understand that, or is that just like a piece of lore?
If I had
that you decided to drop in there,
metal plates put in my ass, and
which
then,
would explain a lot.
and then I died,
Yeah.
would you keep the cheeks?
I'd eBay that. That'd pay for my retirement.
True.
Which one of you nasty bitches would want Phil's ass implants?
Oh my God. You're clowning though. Your uncle's got a prosthetic dog.
What?
Your uncle's got a prosthetic dog in front of the fireplace, right? Or is it your granddad?
My great uncle, who is a farmer, turned his sheepdog into a rug.
Exactly.
He doesn't have a prosthetic dog. That makes it sound like that he had some kind of dog implant. He got that dog in him, literally, but it ain't a real one. It's prosthetic. And you don't want to know what it's attached to, and you don't want to know what he does with it.
Oh my God. You know what I'm trying to say?
Nobody knows what the you're trying to say, Phill.
I'm just saying it's similar, and I would get you stuffed if you died.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you so much for sending in these ones, but I need another one.
Can we have a nice one?
We can't end on Grandma's hip no contact.
Leila,
have we got another
and
one?
Emilia, please find something nice.
Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm hard lunching a quinceañera. It's for my dog, James. He is deaf, kind of blind, and 15 years old, but he deserves a nice little party, and I want everybody to say happy birthday to him. Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday.
Okay, I'm healed after that.
I'm healed.
Somewhere out there is a 15-year-old dog struggling through life, and we need to say, have the happiest day.
Or in dog.
Woof, woof, woof. You can't say that, that's a slur.
Oops, wait. Woof,
woof, woof.
Oh, sorry. The dog language is a tricky beast.
If you want to send in a hard launch that can clearly be about literally anything, email your name, your location, your content, and a short description of what the ever-loving shit you're about to drop to
hardlaunchpodcast@gmail.com. Got it right this time. Why are we clapping?
I just feel like it's for the dog, it's for us, it's for them making us through this.
Our third podcast.
Oh my God, guys, you're our third.
Thank you for being our third.
And the last, probably. Subscribe if for some reason you watched all of this podcast, you don't know who Dan and Phill are and you haven't yet.
If you want a 15-minute bonus yap, you can come watch us on Patreon.
Patreon.com/Dan and Phill.
Randomized members of the fam tier.
Look at these people.
Scrolling across the screen.
Don't you want to be one of them?
Come join us.
For enabling his bullshit.
Bye.